Sometimes in life, you make a decision and you get it wrong. You think that something is the right thing to do, and then you realize that it isn't, and that actually what you really need to do is to say, you know what, I called this one wrong, and I definitely called this one wrong, which is why it's time for Hello Again YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. The thing is, I am big enough and man enough to accept when I've got something wrong and to own it. And in this case, I made the wrong decision. But being a YouTuber is quite difficult at times, especially when, how can I put this? You're doing this for the first time. So I'm going to be completely honest with you all here, because we're a community. I love all of the interaction and things that we have. And I suffer from depression in bursts. I have real downers, and there are times where everything just gets kind of on top of you. And you know what? The war drums were beating on this one about all of the Tesla hate and the Elon hate. And you know what? Elon's done some really silly things, as well as all of the mega things that he's done, but he has done some really objectionable things. But anyway, I was in a particularly, I would say, vulnerable state of mind at the point when the war drums were banging, not feeling particularly great about a few things. And it just got to the point where, how can I put this, some of the comments that were being made on the channel really weren't helpful. And look, I'm happy to have debate, you know that. I leave most of them up there. I delete the ones that are abusive, and there were quite a few that were getting abusive. So I just got to the point of thinking, you know what, I've had enough of this. And this isn't the first time that I have thought I've had enough of this. I made a video a little while back, having gone through 10,000 subscribers, where I was having a bit of an existential crisis, because how can I put this? There is a bit of imposter syndrome at play here, because I am not by any stretch of the imagination a professional YouTuber. Yes, I do this through my business now, but there is an element here of I'm making this up as I go along. So I don't quite know a lot of the time what it is that I'm supposed to be putting out, what kind of content that I'm going to be making. And I still can't quite believe that all of you people are sat there watching it. There is this imposter syndrome bit. So it does make you think, am I doing this right? And in this case, I thought I'm going to have to change the name of the channel. And it wasn't all about Elon, and it wasn't all about the protests. I just had this idea about, I need to let the thing evolve. The thing is, with names and identities and things like that, sometimes you don't know what you've got until it's gone. Wasn't there a song about that? Anyway, when I named the channel Just Get a Tesla, it was literally on the fly as I was thinking about, what do I call this channel? I hadn't really thought about, is this going to work? Isn't this? I just thought, well, let's stick it out there and see what happens. I don't think the intention was ever that it was going to stay as Just Get a Tesla. It was a placeholder, and then obviously it's stuck. But I'm at the point now where I miss it. And the reason why I brought it back is that despite me saying, yeah, I'm going to rename the channel, and it's the Tesla question, and the Tesla question is Just Get a Tesla, so it's kind of the same thing. It just hasn't stuck. And a lot of the comments that I had have been really kind, and people saying, yeah, we get the change of direction, Ian, totally get it. Okay, there were maybe a dozen snowflakes who were like, oh, you can't have a different opinion to us. Sorry, that's the wrong accent. It needs an American accent for, oh, you can't have a different opinion to us. Anyway, bye, don't need you. For everybody else, I might not agree with you on everything. You might not agree with me on everything. But you know what? That's called life. It's called society. It's called dealing with issues. But I hadn't realized just how bought in I was to Just Get a Tesla until I changed the name of the channel, and now I miss it. But there's a really good reason why I've decided to bring it back. Not just because I miss it, but because I've done it again, because the news is I've just got a Tesla again. This car is not for very long, because I'm buying a new Model Y. I am hoping that you can still see me, because I'm here at the mouth of Aberdeen Harbour, and as you can see, the weather is absolutely amazing again. I'm sure you can see probably better than I can, because it's quite dazzling. Anyway, news. The car is going. I'm chopping it in. I'm getting the new one, and that absolutely was a lifer. I was keeping the car. I even made a video saying why I was keeping the car. But all I can say is sometimes plans don't stay as plans for very long. And in this case, Tesla put a finance deal on the table, which was just utterly bonkers. I couldn't not just get a Tesla because 0% finance is just too attractive. Let me just say, there will be a whole lot of people I know who are already flexing their fingers to type into the comments, and the word they're going to be shouting is depreciation. How much is the depreciation? All I can say to you is that in my personal circumstances, with the way that I finance the car, the cost to change from that to the brand new one is £2,000. £2,000. That's it. That is effectively the amount of money it is going to cost me to swap. I'm not bothered about how much was that when I bought it versus how much am I trading it in for, because it's all being refinanced. It doesn't matter. It's going to cost me £2,000 for a brand new car that's better than that one in every way, where I can then make a whole load of new content. And you know what? I then get warranty again. I made a video recently talking about how that had gone out of warranty, and I was a little bit concerned about how much it had cost in warranty repairs and how much is it going to cost as we go forward. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Somebody else is going to buy it, and that's great. And as for how long all of this is going to take, I'm getting the car in about 3 weeks, it appears. There is a real push to try and shift some metal, as I said in my "You need to buy this car now" video. Tesla are desperate. Tesla want to shift some metal and show the world that, hey, people still want to buy their cars. So this finance deal, 0% that they're offering on the 3 and the Y in the UK, is going to cost them a bomb. Let's take advantage of Elon and take his money and get on with it. That's what I'm going to do. So what that means is we have got a whole load of new content coming up as I go from this car into the other car. I need to understand all of the new features. I'm going to talk about what am I going to miss on the old car, and there are things that I'm going to miss even with the new car coming. What am I looking forward to on the new car? We've got to talk about that because there's quite a lot of things that I'm waiting for. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I've ordered, what the spec is, what the colour is. You're going to have to wait because spoilers. And then there's all of the testing on that car to get into. So if you've been watching for a while, and if you thought Ian's gone a little bit gaga with the name change, fine, I accept it. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. I fixed it. I've gone back again. But if you haven't subscribed already and you like the stuff that I'm doing, please do so. Hit the bell icon as well so you know when I'm releasing videos. These days I'm doing 2 videos a week, so on a Tuesday and on a Friday there's something new coming out in my part of the world, which is the UK. If you're somewhere else in the world, and I know there's a whole load of people all over the place and I absolutely love that, but again, Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 videos a week. If you hit the bell icon, you'll know it's there. And then this is probably a little bit of a cheeky ask, but it's one of those, hey, why not? If you've been watching the channel for a while and you want to support, think about buying me a coffee. Not because I want to drink so many cups of coffee that I go a little bit skittish, but because it really helps out. So if you want to do that, there's a link in the description below as well. I would appreciate it. If not, no worries, don't worry about it. Anyway, I will see you back here very soon on Just Get a Tesla.